خلاص كده اوبريتور كده المسج is being recorded. Okay, record is in progress.
We're on.
Welcome on board Mohamed Rota Camp Net.
Hi everyone. It's an honor and it's a pleasure. This is not my first time, and hopefully it's not my last time to join. It's my first time to join the Rotanet, but it's not my first time to be one of the speakers for the Rotarians, the Rotary Act. I love each and every one of you, and you're doing a great job. And I think that Rotanet itself is a living example of flexibility. We have to adapt and we have to be flexible. I attended one of your camps last year. It was in Sharm el Sheikh. It was a lot of success. This year we cannot do the same thing. We cannot see each other and gather before, but we'll adapt. This is flexibility, and flexibility is power. And we're on, صح? And people can see me and can listen to me right now. The room, or we're on.
I can see you.
Someone is typing. The room is still locked. So I don't want to start and then فاهم اطلع بكلم نفسي في الاخر. Probably I'll wait.
هو أنا سامعة بس مش شايفة، هي دي المشكلة عشان الروم بيقول لي room is locked.
Yeah. No, I can see the notifications. It says
تمام.
the room is locked. But I can see myself in the frame, and my own camera is on. My camera is on. So I don't know.
And I can see you. It's good. I don't know what the problem is.
Can you see
Oh,
Superman?
I can
can
see
see
you.
you.
I can see Superman. I can see it all.
Oh, I can see him on laptop, but on mobile I can't see him. Maybe
أصلاً-
there is something with the mobile. Yeah.
Can
طبعاً
IT people help us with that, please? Because we're running out of time.
على فكرة أنا طالع من الموبايل عادي. I think it's not a problem.
No, I know. يعني عندي الموبايل logged في اللابتوب عادي شغال.
طب خلاص هفتحه أنا من اللابتوب أجرب.
Maybe you should tell the people log in from the laptop. If the mobile is not working, maybe they can try it from the laptop.
طب سويلم يلا let's start.
أنا جاهز أول بس ما يعني قولي give me green light and everything is on. People can see me and they can listen voice.
اوكي هو كده بيتهيألي تمام فيلا بينا.
The room is not locked.
لا مش locked.
Okay, طب I'll restart بقى. I'll begin again. Okay.
Hi, Mohamed
Hi.
Swelam. Let me introduce you. First from the bio that you sent us.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Come on board for our very first camp, our Routanet. So Mohamed Swelam is a media personnel. As media personnel, Mohamed Swelam says, as media personnel, we use imagination to create an idea for a design or campaign to feel the words written and sense the pictures being painted in one's mind in book or an article to raise awareness in the eyes of or in the eyes of the public by zooming in a picture to force the audiences to feel. That is the power of the media to me, and that's the power of the imagination. Ahmed Swelam says, Mega FM 92.7 radio presenter. Swelam graduated from AUC and he has been working as radio host for the past 7 years. He has hosted more than 15 radio shows, including drive home shows, midnight shows, and morning shows. Nevertheless, he has also written and performed a radio drama show in Ramadan 2017, احكي لي يا شهريار. The show was distinguished to be the best Mega FM winning radio drama shows of the year. He has dreamed about being a radio host since his childhood. Thankfully, with his passion and persistence in making his dream come true, he became a radio host. It took him 11 years working in different fields, marketing, advertising, and sales until he achieved his goal. Now he wants to give you the know how that he has gained through his personal experience with a fun, informative, and interactive platform. Also, Swalem has conducted many workshops for radio hosting where he focused on the power of the media and his responsibility towards the society and one's consciousness. He believes that being media personal puts oneself in the most powerful and dangerous role in the society because media does not just reflect the public opinion, yet it creates it therefore. We should help our youth to keep their reachable minds to educate, inform, challenge, and deliver it through an entertaining perspective. Okay, now I'm done with this long bio, Muhammad.
It's too
Willem,
long.
as
It's
we
too
used
long.
to call
I hope
you.
I hope it wasn't that boring. I'm really sorry.
That wasn't boring at all. It was very fruitful and very useful. And I hope to
Thank
find
you.
this session as fruitful as the bio and as we used to find from you and all the past
Very much.
conferences and events.
Thank
So
you
you
very
have the
much.
floor completely, and we are all on mute.
Thank you. I'm honored and humbled. This is not my first time, hopefully not my last, to join one of your camps. It's my first time to join a Rota camp. This is a pure living example of flexibility. We have to be flexible. We have to adapt with the given circumstances. We have to stay, to keep the social distancing, to protect each other and our loved ones. Hopefully, humanity will will get through COVID-19. It feels like we're living in a movie, like a science fiction movie, having this feeling ever the pandemic, since the pandemic started. My name is Mohamed Swelam, and I am a radio presenter. I would never call myself a motivational speaker or motivational speaker. I'm just like speaking my mind out loud with you. We're sharing experiences, our own experiences. We learn from one another. When Rota Camp called me, he asked me, "What do you want to talk about?" I didn't think twice. I think what we need right now is flexibility. And flexibility comes from true strength, from power. Being flexible is being powerful. If we look out through history of humanity, what made us reach 2020 is our ability to adapt and to evolve, our flexibility. We all know the story of the dinosaurs. They got extinct because they couldn't adapt, they couldn't evolve, but we did, and we will continue to evolve, hopefully, and we will get through all the obstacles we have. I wanted to talk about flexibility, everything in career life, in your social life, in your personal relationships. You have to be flexible, everything. If you Google any of the success stories about success people, you will find two common traits. Number one is the power of believing. The word is to believe in your own self, to believe in your own capabilities, and to believe in your own dream, and believe that you own this dream, and that this dream or this goal is not big or too big for you. You are big enough, and you will be resistant reach your dream or to reach your goal. This is one of the most common traits all successful people in all fields, but sports, businessmen, you name it, everything. The key word is the power of believing. And from the power of believing comes the word flexibility. If you believe in yourself, you will be flexible enough to adapt. You will accept the change. You will go with the flow. You will never lose the sight of your dream goal, but you will have to be flexible enough. Life is not a straight line. It's full of bumpy roads, hills, and you have to use many different ways in order to reach your goal. I wanted to talk today about the concept of flexibility from the eyes of one of the legend. He is a legend, a martial arts legend, Bruce Lee. You all know Bruce Lee. I'm one of his biggest fans. And when I was young, I had room was full of his posters. I once broke my own nose because of one of the movies. I love Bruce Lee. But what made Bruce Lee a legend is not only because he was good in martial arts, he was good in kung fu, rather than he had a philosophy behind martial arts. He even invented his own martial arts school, and it was called Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do. Do you know what was the philosophy of Bruce Lee? Anyone is interested what martial arts? Do you know what made Bruce Lee unbeatable? He was unbeatable. How his school of martial arts was unbeatable, and this is why it expanded all over the world. He was able to open hundreds of schools, and then he had hundreds and thousands of students, and then some of the students they traveled to the world. They opened two schools, and Jeet Kune Do was invading all the countries, all the continents, for one big reason. You know what's the philosophy or the key word behind Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's martial art? I think you can type it. Anyone knows the answer, you can type in the chat and I can see it. What made Bruce Lee a legend? Why was he unbeatable? He was unbeatable to the extent that he used compete with other schools and styles. He used to perform in front of different schools to prove that Jeet Kune Do was unbeatable. You know why? What's the reason? No, I can't see the chat, but I'll tell you the reason. I have a few quotes quoted by Bruce Lee, and it's to the point mentioning or talking about our topic today, which is flexibility. First of all, Jeet Kune Do, the main philosophy of this school of martial arts means the formless form of martial arts. Formless form of martial arts. Bruce Lee was able to combine different schools of martial arts, combine them together, and he mixed them together, and he had a formless form of martial art. He had this the style of no style. He didn't have a style, a specific style. So his opponents were not able to study his moves. Were not able to predict his moves. He was too unpredictable, and this is now this came from the philosophy He tried to spread through the martial arts. He was teaching everywhere, which is Jeet Kune Do, the formless art. I want to tell you a few quotes about Bruce Lee, and then we can like apply them on our personal lives. One of his famous quotes is, "Notice that the stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or willow survived by bending with the wind." Bamboo and willow survived by bending to the wind. So it's not about how stiff you are, or powerful or rigid you are. It's about how flexible you are to the circumstances. You can bend, but you will not break. And there's one of the famous proverbs. It says, "Better bend than break." Better bend than break. Why I chose this topic and why I'm telling you all of this, because the given present time, we are witnessing many changes, and it is frightening us, and we're freaking out. Many of us had plans, how they evaporated. Many of us lost their jobs. Many of us had private businesses, and now they're gone, or they're paused, or they stopped. خلاص they cannot stay or keep the manpower they're paying for the salaries while they're still at home. Many people had to adapt and had to work from home. Uh, Many people had to adapt and find jobs that can be done from home or online. Um, Even education itself, university, schools, they had to adapt and they had to be flexible. They study from home, they take their classes in virtual room like the one we're in right now. We had to adapt. We are still learning. We are still trying to adapt. If you're flexible enough, bamboo, like a willow, you will not break. If you're too stiff and you're too rigid, you panic. If you don't accept the change, unfortunately, you will break. This is one of Bruce Lee's famous quotes. The philosophy itself of his martial art, Jeet Kune Do, which is the formless form of martial arts. What does it mean? Formless form of martial arts, and what does this has to do with us? We don't practice martial arts. We don't play kung fu. We don't play anything. Just normal people living normal lives, and we need to get the message from this. I'll tell you a very nice quote. It was quoted on from Bruce Lee himself in the video. You can Google the video done, and you get the point. He said in one of his interviews about the formless form of his martial art, "Don't get set into one form. Don't get set into one form. Adapt it and build your own and let it grow." Yani don't corner yourself in one form. You can have many forms. Your dreams and goals can have many forms. We have the power, we have the will, we have the potential to reshape and reform, just like water. And I'll continue the quote, quoting Bruce Lee. Don't get set into one form, adapt it and build your own and let it grow. Be water, like water. Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. If you reach the level that you are formless and shapeless like water, this is pure strength and this is the real power. Why? He continues and he says, now you put water in a cup. Put water in a cup. It becomes the cup. You put it in a teapot. it becomes the teapot. Be water, my friend. See how flexible the water is? It can reshape, and it can take the form of everything and anything. This is the power of flexibility, and this is the power of Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do, founded by Bruce Lee. He had no form, he had no shape for his martial art, for his school. He mixed and he blended all different schools. He invented Jeet Kune Do. You can find his the sign of Jeet Kune Do. It looks like the yin yang, but the color is yellow and red. It has like two arrows going in different directions. It means using no way as way, having no limitation as limitation. If you're put in any situation, if you're fighting someone, battle, if you're put in any situation in your own life, fighting your own battle at work, you have any obstacle in life, you have the same mindset which says using no way as the way, having no limitation as limitation, plus can beat anything. You can be formless like water, you can be shapeless like water, you can be flexible enough. When I was preparing the talk here, I had like some points, do's and don'ts that might help us be more flexible in life. I'll go through them because I don't want to act like giving a lecture because this is not. I'll keep them to the end, maybe in a while. I don't know how much time we have. We have like maybe 5. But I want to ask you all a question, and I need your answer. How many of you shifted their career through your life? How many of you completely shifted their career, your career path? You used to, for instance, used to work in the banking field, and after like 5 years or 8 years, you decided that it's enough. Alas, this is not what I want. This is not my passion. My passion is acting. You decided to take the risk and to step out of your comfort zone, and you shifted your career. How many of you did this? I need an answer. And by the way, if you have any questions, we will have like the last 10 minutes for open discussion and questions. And you can like turn on your cams and join me in the chat. You have questions regarding flexibility and being flexible. But right now, I need to know how many of you were flexible enough to shift their careers. You shifted your career. After a certain period of time, you discovered this is not your passion. This is not what you wanted. This was not your dream. And you had the courage to step out of your comfort zone and to take risk and start from all over again. How many of you? Type, you can type the answer. I'll give you a very short story. Tell you my own story. I graduated in 2005. I majored in mass comm, and radio, and I had double minors, minor in psychology and minor in. I don't know. Can you still see me? I don't know what happened to the cam. Can you see me? I really want to. I really want to shift career, but didn't. This is T.
أنا اسمي مريم معلش. I'm just like that's my laptop's name.
Hey, hi مريم ازيك؟
الحمد لله all good.
وانت شايفاني عشان مش
لا أنت الكاميرا بتاعتك ظاهر قفلتها or something بس I can hear you يعني.
مش انا اللي ما اعرفش اللي حصل.
لا لا عادي technical problems happens يعني.
اه طب لو ممكن اي حد يعني anyone from the IT and I can't see myself. طب قولي لي بقى انت why you decided to shift your career؟
والله أنا I graduated in 2016 with an accounting major وبعدين دلوقتي بشتغل financial analyst. بس يعني I like the experience that خلاص I had in finance بس دايما حاسة يعني lately ابتديت أحس إن أنا عايزة shift something like marketing. يعني I want to discover myself in the marketing field أكتر. يعني خلاص حاسة إن finance أنا بقالي دلوقتي 4 سنين بس and that's why بفكر في موضوع ال career shift. I started بقى googling stories about people who shifted their careers and stuff وحسيت إن الموضوع is not that hard. يعني معرفش ليه أنا اللي دايما مصورة لنفسي حتة إيه اللي هو لأ it's hard to shift and it's not that easy and stuff. So بس هي عايزة risk يعني yeah.
You know that quote that says something like if you don't like where you're standing, not free. If you don't like your job, if you don't like you don't feel comfortable in the relationship you're in, you're not free. I totally agree in it. And there's this other quote that says that magic only happens when you step out of your comfort zone. Once you step out of your comfort zone, and you truly witness the magic.
I really want to بصراحة I really wish I can بس you know دلوقتي بقى كورونا وكده فأكيد الموضوع is not that easy بس at least يعني I started to read I started to like open about Google Analytics, look for like digital marketing courses حاجات كده يعني بس بحاول يعني أستغل my time as much as possible بس oh stick to English oh sorry I will stick to English so yeah I'm trying
I'll tell you shortly a story. And I'm sure that many of you have been better ones. My story shortly, I graduated in 2005, like 19 years old, and I majored in mass comm. I was too optimistic. I was too dreamy. I thought that when I graduate, the stations, radio stations, they're gonna grab me from the arm and ask me and beg me to work for them. This was not reality, and this was not happen. I was hit in the face by the ugly truth. The field in Egypt is too challenging. It's too challenging. I had no connection. I had nothing but my passion. I kept struggling for like a year and a half. I used to write articles in magazines, like Teen Stuff magazine and stuff like that, because this was not my dream. I wanted to go for the TV, radio, and I wanted to act. Acting has always been my biggest passion ever. To perform the AC stage, the theater, and even after we finished, graduated. But this was not easy, and I had to be flexible. Plus, I wasted almost 2 years trying and trying and trying. But خلاص, I didn't give up, but I learned that I have to be flexible. Flexible means you have to have like plan B and plan C. Don't forget your dream. Don't forget your passion, and don't let life drift you away from your dream. But you have to get along. You can even gain many collective experiences that might help you pursue your dream. But you don't know this yet. I started to work in marketing and then in PR. I worked in the advertising which was close enough. Anything يعني, that had a bit of imagination and creativity. Took me almost nine years. I shifted my career in these 9 years like 5 times. I worked in BNG Procter and Gamble, PSA, the account section, Saudi Arabia. Here, I worked for Pirelli, Formula One, the car tires. He owned the Formula One. Actually. Worked for them for 2 years. I kept roaming around, and I was good in each and every job. I used to achieve my target and overachieve my target, but this was never my passion. This was not my dream. I knew that I had to be flexible. I had to earn money. I had to work. I had to even gain personal experience by being exposed to different. But this was never blocking me from seeing my dream until after 9 years. I had the opportunity and had the chance have a sound test, Mega FM 97, and I was accepted. And I started my dream job. This is my 7th year in radio. When I left, when I was accepted in Mega FM, I had to choose between two things: my corporate life, my past experience for almost 9 years in the sales and the marketing and the advertising, the corporate life itself, and by taking the risk to start all over again the radio field or in the media field, which was challenging, and it was. I didn't know if I will succeed in radio. My family and my friends, they couldn't see what I see. This is something important you should own. They couldn't see or understand that this was my dream and my passion. They thought I'm insane, crazy guy to leave the corporate life and all the opportunities and to throw away all the experience I have. We're totally different field, going to the unknown, and I'm glad that I took the risk. Glad that I did take this step. طيب, I want to quickly tell you like some points you should keep in mind, and they will help us be more flexible. When I'm talking about flexibility, it is a mindset. I don't only mean you and I being flexible in our career path to shift careers, to have the courage to shift careers. No, I mean in everything, in anything. You have to be flexible in your relationships. If you're married, if you're engaged, you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you have to be flexible. Flexible in everything. Flexible in accepting one another. Flexible in accepting your differences, even between your friends, even between your managers, everyone. You have to be flexible enough to get to everything. And so, number one, my first point is accept your flaws, work on them. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. I have my weak points. I have my strength points. I have to work on my flaws to develop them. If you accept your flaws, you're on the path of being flexible. Plus, I accept my flaws. I'm working on them, so I'm expecting that I might fail. This is the second step. You have to accept failure. Accept failure not by being too pessimistic or being a loser. No, you have to accept failure and learn from it. We learn a lot by failing, fail, trials and errors. We learn a lot. This is one of the steps towards success. You fail, you learn, do it again, then you succeed. So number one is we have to accept our flaws. Number two is we have to accept failure and work on it. It will happen. Nobody will succeed forever. Sometimes هنخيش, will fail, but we will fall. So once you fall down, you have to stand up again and keep going. Then better than brave. Thus, the third step is when you're setting a plan, any plan, even if it's something small. If you're planning for the vacation, you have to plan wisely and put alternatives. You have to have different scenarios. What if something happens? I have plan B and I have plan C. What if we went to the movie and we couldn't find a place, the movie we wanted to watch? Yeah, it's complete. خلاص, then we do this and we do that. When you set plans, you have to be flexible enough, change them, or to modify them. You don't panic. Don't panic. Again, it's not a straight line. You can reach the same destination instead of going like this. You can go like this. You can be flowless like water. You can be shapeless like water. Look at the bright side, and this is not. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's not. When we say look at the كوباية المليان, look at the bright side, think out of the box. I know these terms يعني خلاص we've had them, but look at the bright side in a different way. You know the movie, who watched the movie? It's called Collateral Beauty. Collateral Beauty, starring طبعا بطل أبطال العالم Will Smith. Do you know what's the meaning of collateral? What's the meaning of it? If you watched the movie, plus it's called Collateral Beauty for Will Smith, you'll understand what I mean by learning lesson. What's the meaning of the phrase itself? I need someone to type. What's the meaning of collateral beauty? We say collateral. What does it mean? Collateral. And if you didn't watch the movie, you have to love it. And there are a lot of lessons, hidden lessons. Whoa! I just saw your chat through hidden beauties, invisible. What is meant from the word or the phrase of collateral beauty? In Arabic, it means like رب ضرة نافعة. I will translate it in English. But in Arabic, it means collateral. It means رب ضرة نافعة. Means like in the middle of a crisis, middle extreme pain, there's lesson learned. You learn something about your own self, about your own capability. You learn something about how strong you are, how flexible you can be when you're put under pressure. When you witness hardships, you learn a lot about your own self. You learn a lesson about your own self, and you learn a lesson about the people around you. When you're put in hardship, thus, you learn a lot about the people around you. You see the true colors of your friends. Sometimes we take people too close, or we think of them too high, because they don't do the same. Sometimes we keep some friends away, but when we are put in hardships, we see their true colors, and we have to like re-evaluate our friendship. I don't know what's happening, but I can't see myself in, in can you hear me? Yeah, my camera is off too. Okay, my
Hello.
cam is off. Hello. My
احنا
cam
معاك
is
يا
off.
الكاميرا فيها مشكلة.
Can you hear me? Okay. طيب I'll continue كده بقى without the cam till it's on. I'll be on again. But I'm talking too much. I'll finish quickly, and if you have any questions, please ask them. I was talking about the movie Collateral Beauty. When we are put in hardships, there's a lesson learned. We have to train our mind and our eyes to see the beauty, or to see the message, to see the lesson and the message that is sent to us in the middle of a crisis. We are in the middle of the crisis here in the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's too rough and tough for each and every one. I'm that sure there is a lesson learned for each and every one of us. And there's a different lesson and a different message that is sent to each and every one of us. We don't get the same message. We don't get the same lesson. It differs from one to the other. I encourage you to watch the movie if you haven't, and I encourage you to watch it again and see it from a different perspective. You may. Okay, one last thing I would say: we have to have the courage to step out of our comfort zone. It is scary, and we all want to stick to our comfort zone to do the things we used to do. But if you keep doing the same thing you used to doing, you will always have the same result. Nothing will change. If you want to see change, you have to change your own attitude, to change your own habits. You have to do something in different way, have a different result at end. And again, if you step out of your comfort zone, you will discover your true self. You will discover your own capability. Don't limit your capabilities. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your power. Don't limit your strength by sticking to your own comfort zone. You are a lot more than you think you are. Wallahi, again, are a lot more than you think you are. You just have to have the courage to explore your own self. You have to be flexible enough to step out of the comfort zone. You have to try many different things. If you want to learn how to be flexible, try at least once per month something new, something totally new food. Learn something new. Go dancing, take a painting class, play a new instrument, do anything new once per month. You will start to be more flexible. You will start to discover many things about yourself. Last but not least, nothing is constant except the idea of change. Nothing in life is constant. Everything is changing. You have to be part of change. You have to be flexible. You have to bend better than break. I will finish my talk with one quote, quoting Bruce Lee again. He is one of my lifetime heroes. Bruce Lee knew how powerful words are, and he knew that the key of success is being flexible like water and believing in yourself. You have to believe yourself. Power of belief. And almost in every interviews used this quote. Used to say, "As you think, so shall you become. As you think, so shall you become." Think of yourself, picture yourself, picture your own success, see it inside yourself, and it will have inside your mind, and it will happen for real. Power of thoughts. The power of thoughts. The positive thoughts in your head is like a projector. Okay, life is like a projector. You put positive thoughts in your head, project them on the wall, which is life, real life. If you put positive thoughts, project a positive life. Put negative thoughts, you project a negative life. Uh, بس I have nothing more to say regarding this. But if you have any questions, please, regarding the talk, if you have any inquiries, say anything, please do, and I'll check the chat. It's 10 now, but I think we can have like 5 minutes or something.
Yes, sure, Mohammed. Yeah, Swelam, you can have extra 10 minutes for questions if, and I can see the floor. I have many questions to you, so we can extend your time for 10 minutes.
Please do. If you have any questions, if you have any inquiries, type them in the chat and I'll read them out loud. MM says, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." I totally agree. I totally agree. يا تي طاهر مهدي حبيبي. If you have any questions regarding talk we have, regarding the topic itself about flexibility, about changing our years, about accepting the change in life, everything, anything in life is changing. I don't want to go into the relationships part, but even our own feelings, emotions, they change a lot. My LinkedIn profile عارف يعني بخش اصلا عليه يعني. So I'll tell you something. Okay, can you just check my Facebook profile and you will find the link of my LinkedIn.
طب Swelam,
Type
you promised, do you remember in the NGS you promised us to start a program for انت بطل العالم, and you promised us that you're organizing such a program and you will launch very soon, and we're all waiting for this program to proceed with you.
I was so excited and we were supposed to meet with Dina Od and many of the Rotarians, بس يعني unluckily يعني we didn't. بعدين بقى حصل اللي حصل and then COVID-19 قلب الدنيا. بس I'm still excited and I still would love to do this. The idea was I wanted
احنا ممكن نجيب ابطال عالم فيرتشوال زي يعني we can find a lot of champions virtual like what we are doing right now online till we get back to world again, hopefully inshallah.
I would love to. And the idea was I wanted to have an online show, inspirational show based on life stories, to have many successful Rotarians and Rotary acts and many of our youth, successful youth in different fields, and to host them in a show to inspire one another and to prove to ourselves that we can succeed no matter what. If you have a dream and if you believe in yourself and if you're persistent enough, you will pursue your dream. It's doable. Nothing is impossible. And I would love to talk. We can like talk and see what we can do, and we can do it like in a chat room like this with many different speakers, and each of them would tell his success story in like 5 minutes. We give them like time frame, and they have to مثلا tell us their story and inspire us in like 5 minutes. I would love to do this. If you have any questions, please do. The- this program, we really need this program, Swelam, because there are a lot of people disappointed during these days. I know people are panicking, and we are all panicking, and the whole world is in a mess. But I think again to like pause, breathe, and take a deep breath and accept the change. We have to be flexible. We have to be extremely flexible, كمان, in all possible ways. We have another question. We have question. I am Malika, attending from Tunisia, Rotary Club, Twin Club of Rotary Cairo Royal. Love the session and project. Encourage you guys. Great job, and thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have to leave, so I type this real quick and have good luck. Thank you so much. Type. We have another question. It's not a question, but for me, if I have opportunity to go back in time, change. If you have opportunity to go back in time and change everything that happened, I would choose to repeat what happened again. I regret nothing actually. معرفش ده معرفش ده هبل ولا ايه, but I really feel proud of my bad decisions. But I believe that best life is yet to come. Thank you so much for the message. And if we يعني have the opportunity to bring back the time, I think we should be wise enough take better decisions. We all do mistakes, وكنا بنلبس في الحيطة عادي, and we learn from our mistakes, and our own failure is part of us, shaped us. Our personalities يعني is shaped or sculptured by mistakes and failures too. But if we have the opportunity to go back, يا نهار أبيض يعني, that would be such a loss if we cannot use them wisely. I think we do learn from them if بصي برضو خلي بالك, مش كل الناس, not everyone is smart enough to learn from the mistakes. We have to admit this. And some people, they learn the lesson from the first time. Others, they repeat the same mistake twice. Others, اللهم صل على النبي, يعني they can keep doing the same mistake many times. Do you think shifting career needs to be under trainer or guide to lead goal? And if you ask anyone but me, they would tell you yes. And you should ask someone who's an expert, someone who's experienced enough to tell you what to do or not to do, to tell you whether you should shift your career or not, if you fit enough or not. But if يعني me, أنا personally يعني, I wouldn't recommend this. If you have the passion in heart, if you truly want it, then you can do anything. And I wouldn't want anyone to limit your own capabilities and tell you that you can and you can. And someone an expert can tell you, sorry dear, this is not meant for you. I think you shouldn't do this and that. While if you put enough effort, can even exceed the expert himself. And I don't recommend this, and I'm totally against the idea of letting someone else decide if whether I can or I can't reach my goal or dream.
بس عشان ما البس في حيطة سويلم في الآخر,
إيه؟
عشان ما الاقيش
قلت
نفسي
لي عشان
لبست في حيطة.
عشان ما نلبسش في حيطة. I think إن لو إحنا لبسنا في حيطة, if you pursue path trying to achieve a dream and you failed at the end of the path, you will still be happy. You will fail with a smile and you will learn through the journey. You know the book بتاع Paulo Coelho, it's called the Alchemist. The story about the guy who was looking for treasure, and at the end he couldn't find the treasure, but he discovered that the treasure itself was in the journey itself. It's the same thing. If you're so passionate about something, if you put your heart in it, even if you didn't succeed at the end, at least you've tried, at least you've done your best, and you will definitely learn something. بس حد عنده اي حاجه تانية؟ ثانك يو اس ار، ثانك يو ام، انا مش عارف الاسامي طلع لي abbreviations. ثانك يو كلكم. بس كده، حد عنده اي حاجه تانية ولا نتكل على الله؟ Do you have any questions ولا خلاص؟
يعني think
مش سامع.
بقول لك I think we have endless questions. سويلم دايما انت معانا we always try to get the most benefit that we can get from your talks, from your ideas, especially in your يعني innovative programs. Thank you سويلم very much.
Thank you.
انا شخصيا شهادتي مجروحه في السيشن دي يعني.
Stay safe, stay strong, and stay flexible as much as you can. If you're flexible, كود نسيت اقول لكم عليها، استنى اقول لكم عليها ولا حاجه عليكم برضه. Flexibility is the key to stability. If you're flexible enough, you'll always be stable no matter what. Everything around you keeps changing, and you're flexible enough, you will always be stable. Flexibility is the key to stability. يلا اشوفكم على خير, and I hope our next talk would be face to face, and we would be celebrating the end of this night with COVID-19. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much سويلم.